And we are live. How's it going today, everybody? Hopefully, we'll get some the homies come and pop in for the stream to say hey. I just wanted to start the stream. Well, I will start the stream by saying we're back with another finger flicks and chill with PHAZE1 and Q Control. Say hi, Kier.
What's up? How y'all doing?
We're in a chill mellow stream today. You can just get the vibes through Kier's voice. Yeah, we're gonna start the stream today by just giving a special shout out from last stream to our homie Grant Purcell, aka Finger Grunt. He was our first subscriber last stream. We're gonna start the stream in a second by watching one of his clips. Yeah, we'll just jump right into it and we'll get a stream started. We got some cool stuff to chat about today. I'm gonna turn the music down, pull the Instagram up, we'll switch the screens. How's it going? How's it going, Kier?
Pretty good. Just chilling.
You're vaccinated now, so you can go to all the fingerboard events.
Exactly. I got my second vax. I'm like kind of mellow brain. We'll see how it goes. Heard it's a bit gnarly for some people, but
is there much for fingerboard events in your state?
I think Jess is having one. Like, I don't have a car, but if I can find friends to go with. I feel like I also saw one. Well, New York is kind of close to me.
Wait, are you and Jess in the same state?
We used to be. We used to be in I used to live in New Jersey, but I don't think we're very close. I don't know.
I was gonna say,
on that.
You were like, Jess has an event, and I was like, wait, don't you guys live different states? But I forget that, I forget that it's not quite as far to travel to another state if another state is close by, because for me, like, provinces, less provinces, wider area, you know what I mean? So somebody said to travel to the next province over, that's a big thing. I can drive for 50. You know how long it would take me to get to DERRICK's house, which is in Ontario still, just slightly northern Ontario. Slightly northern Ontario. I'm in southern Ontario. It would take me 15 hours to drive to DERRICK.
Jeez, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, 14, 15 hours, I believe, to get to him.
Oh my gosh. I could probably go like across the U.S. in that time.
Right, like you could go across a couple states, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, like for the states are pretty small.
Yeah, like in a couple hours, you can usually go across a border or something into the next one, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I live in Pennsylvania, so I'm kind of close to like New Jersey, New York, all that stuff. So New York has stuff.
Go to the Google Maps because I'm not really super geographically oriented.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
I mean, me neither. I have no idea how Canada looks like. I can't.
Okay, we're gonna go right back to Grant's thing in a second. But where are you guys? So, where's New Jersey?
New Jersey. It's on it's on the East Coast, on like the outer edge.
On the East Coast.
So like
New Jersey, right there.
It's like weird to describe.
Yeah. And you're in. Sorry, refresh me.
Well, I'm in Pennsylvania, but it's like by the border of New Jersey.
Oh, okay.
I used to be like on the border, and then
you guys are just a state away.
Yeah, exactly.
You're in Pennsylvania. You're like really close to me.
Yeah.
You're closer to me than Derek is. That's what I'm talking about when people talk about travel, okay? If you can look at the stream for a second, okay? Like, look at the small distance from Toronto to Pennsylvania. Derek is all the way up here to me. He's literally like 3 times the distance to get to you. So, like, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. The only close thing for me, for crossing borders is, like, it's only a couple-hour drive for people to go over into Quebec. Like, to get into Ottawa, it's only a couple of hours. but that's like the only border that people really cross and like go to another province from Ontario, from our area. Like, you know, you get a little bit of that Ottawa, Montreal travel for whatever, if you know people or you travel for business or whatever, or you go on a weekend thing, it's easy to go over there. But really, like, if somebody's like, there's look at this map. If somebody's like, yeah, there's an event in like Saskatchewan or Alberta, because there's or BC, right, is the other side of the whole thing, right? Like that's where everything is centered in. Like in Canada, we have a lot of like Ottawa, Toronto area fingerboard skateboard scene, and then we have a lot of BC skateboard scene on the other side of the freaking country, and there's like a little bit skate scene in like Alberta, Saskatchewan.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know, it's speckled weird in Canada. But
That's so interesting.
Conrad, how's it going? Thank you for joining the chat. Sorry guys, I've been delaying on looking at the chat. Mac, how are you? Conrad, thank you for joining. TWC, thank you for joining. TWC asked, Kier, do you live in Philadelphia?
No, I live in Allentown.
Allentown in
Like the song.
in Pennsylvania. Like the song, is there a special song about it that I'm not recalling?
I
Moving
mean, I don't think it's good song, but
Hired Hits, thank you for joining us. Where are you joining from, my dude? Um, Moving to Kitimat, BC tomorrow. Damn, you're out there in the BC scene. We'll allow this conversation momentarily because it is a legal thing in Canada. Care, do you smoke cannabis?
yeah, I fucking smoke. Yeah, I do. I used to not like.
I'm
I
gonna
don't know.
barrel roll that topic too deep, but yeah, there you go. You got confirmation. You're gonna make Kier feel weird.
Nah, I'm chilling. I like talking about this stuff
Conrad,
because
can I
yeah,
just say get some ducky tape in the shop? It's a thumbs up from me. Sounds good, my dude. I'll check it out ASAP. I mean, we all know what
it
it
is
is right now. I just
good.
haven't gotten to try it. You like it, Kier? What's your
Yeah,
advice? You
yeah,
have
you
it,
should
right?
try it. I got a piece of like the normal clear one, and I've tried it on one setup, and I don't know if there's like different versions or like different thicknesses, but I think what I have is just the basic one. And I got it on a setup, and I like it. It's like grippy. It's kind of like what you'd expect it to be. It's like a really grippy silicone. Um,
While you're talking, I'm just gonna check a stream thing quick.
Word. Like
Is the chat
I
coming up on stream for you guys? Just asking. It wasn't on
I
my
see the chat.
it wasn't on my second PC preview for a minute. I don't know why. Just wanted to
Um,
make sure. As long as everybody else sees it.
yeah, like Ducky Tape is really cool. I also love
Works
Savannah
really good
and
as
like
non-sliders.
everything she does. I'm sure it definitely works really good as non-sliders. It's like it's super it's not sticky, but it's like grippy. Like it's weird to explain without feeling it, but it's also like if you've ever seen like an ice cube tray that's really smooth in the store and it's kind of like that grippy silicone. It's like that, but like to the max is how I describe it.
Having a moment
Um,
today. My
I recommend it. At least try it.
so I want to dive into this just for a second. Stream stuff just for 1 second. So just want to show Grant's edit. Because Grant is a nice, genuine person. He just loves supporting us. Like he was telling me afterwards, he honestly like didn't really even know what he was doing buying the sub thing. Not that he didn't like read generally what it was, but he's like, I've never really used Twitch before, so like, I just saw another thing I could use to support you guys or whatever. And I was like, that's awesome. But good use of the pallets, the little street spot. Whatever this little spot is with the fence on the back and all that, I love it. Yeah, and that tail side at the beginning, like on that like janky piece. It's this thing that you can see in the thumbnail, and it's like the cruddy side of it, right? That's like a you thing to grind. Yeah, watch that one more time. for the homeboy.
I've been seeing like all these little stone pieces all over where I live,
Yeah.
and I feel like now, like since I got those jelly ramps, I've really been enjoying just like not effing my boards up, you know?
Oh,
Like
yeah, you're like, oh, I miss you, stone piece, but I have obstacles that don't destroy my setup.
exactly, like it makes everything last longer, and so now I'm like,
It's
dang,
nice to find something that has like the feel you're looking for in the obstacle without like complete destruction. Like
yeah,
sometimes you want it to feel like super raw and gritty and like eat away at things like real time, but sometimes you just don't want to destroy your setup every session.
exactly. Like yeah, it's you can find the balance. There is a balance, but I don't know. Yeah, just skating on like the resin stuff, I'm like, especially if I'm trying to trick a lot, like it won't make like a huge mark in my board if I'm, wear my trucks or whatever.
Oh yeah, the resin stuff seems pretty nice. I admit I'm excited to try it. But
Yeah,
so
Giorgio kills it. He rules.
do you want to dive into wheel chatter for a few minutes? Because this is
Oh,
like news to you and stuff as well.
yeah, what you got?
What do I got for you? Okay, so I, I'll s- I'll go to the page first, and then I'll give you the story.
Okay.
So if I don't know if your technology is not taken that you can like go check this out to follow it or whatever. In the meantime, I'm just gonna ramble for 1 second while we stare at this.
Yeah.
But so, new page on Instagram. Go give this a follow, guys. Only 43 follows. He literally made this page like I think like 8 hours ago. Let me check. 10 hours ago, he made this page. So, like, friggin', these are my wheels that are like on my setup right now. It's hard for you
This is
guys to
so
see
sick.
because my camera is crappy when it's set up for stream. It doesn't get high quality. You can't actually see it. But I did show it off on the
There's
gram,
like
and I'm gonna show them off more in depth. But
it's like glitter on them or something.
yeah, there actually is glitter in these ones.
Nice.
Yeah, I was super hyped over it. But so we're gonna talk about this guy for a minute. So this is a homie. His name's Douglas, and sorry, I need a sip of my peach juice, my peach cocktail. So this is the homie Douglas. He is a cool Scotsman, and he is a longtime customer. He has a custom fingerboard from me from before PHAZE1. Um, he I've been in, if anybody wants to check it out and join it for themselves or whatever, it's an open group, it's whatever. There's a Facebook FFI group with a couple thousand people in it, I think, and I've been in it for a couple years. And so when I first had joined that group and just been in it for a month or two or whatever, and this was, I believe it was shortly after I actually left my original company behind. It might have been before I left it behind. I'm not sure, but long story short, it was a couple years back, and it was before PHAZE1. He got a custom deck off me, and it was just kind of like a vaporwave-ish background, one of those ones that has like the light grid on the like black background type of deal, you know what I mean, with some like neon mountain thing in the back, one of those kind of classic vaporwave aesthetics, and then I just put his nickname Dogu over it. That was what he asked me for, and then I had fun with it too, and I ended up we had two graphics that he potentially wanted, and we took the one he liked more and put it on, and then I ended up taking the other one and actually top graphing it and doing a top graphic on it too, which was kind of fun. So it was a double-sided graphic, right? Like it had graphic on top and bottom. Um, I sent him a bunch of clear tape and stuff so he could like see his graphic on the top and everything. And that was like back though when all that stuff was a lot and hadn't been around forever to me. So I was very very proud of what I did then. Um, and he was really happy with the custom. And we have like very very vaguely like liked a thing or two and like kept in connection over the past like maybe 4 years or whatever. So he recently contacted me about 4 weeks ago and told me how he wanted to start making wheels and how he wanted to like create wheels for that like medium price point, you know, like he wanted to be a lot cheaper than all those expensive like what to I'm not sure what the price conversion is for all the different company wheels in US and everything exactly off the top of my head, but like generally the top dollar wheels are like 45, 50 Canadian dollars, and like the
Mm.
equivalent is like he wants to kind of shoot to do wheels that are about $30, $35, right? So he wants to meet a lot better price point, and that's just kind of his goal, right? More affordable urethane wheels. So he is 4 weeks into this, man. Um, the batch that we received, I posted pictures on my story and made vague notions saying there was like a secret project in the works. Um, it's my friend here's project, and essentially, like I said, he's only 4 weeks in, but he created his first couple sets, and like he'd had the idea that he was going to do this for a while, so I guess he had game planned that he wanted to talk to me, and because we've been I don't know, we just enjoyed each other's interaction when we worked with each other and stuff. He was like, you seem like a really genuine person. I like that you are not like there for the hype of the scene. Like you're just a genuine creator. And so I would really love to like work with you to help me figure these out. Like I would like to get some reviews on them. I could send you some free sets, and then we could go from there. And maybe we could figure out you helping me retail them at first, or helping me advertise, or whatever the deal ends up being. So he sent us the prototype batch, which I received basically all the wheels that you see on this page. Almost all of them are in my possession at the moment. We have a set of these pink and greens. Um, we have three sets of whites right now. This is the prototype batch, so these are not wheels that are for sale, but just want to make that clarified. But we have three whites. We have the like chalk pink and green ones. We have these grays. Um, we have a set of glow in the darks. These are mini moles. These are not the ones that we have, like slightly different shape to what we have.
Mm.
We have like this street shape, like these. They're kind of like similar. The best description I could give of the shape of these from like visual is like a mix of like dirty FB slash like almost like a Winkler wheel look when you're looking at them in person. Um,
Mm.
it's interesting. Um, but so we've got three whites, the grays, the pink and greens, a set of glows, and I currently have these on my setup right now. These glitter ones. They're all 60D urethane right now. He's mixing the urethane by hand, pouring it, and shaping it all by hand. I actually thought he had like a lathe or something, like an old lathe he was using or something, but somehow he's actually shaping these all like by hand somehow. Um, and he's like just like he's really like figured out all the things he needs to do though to figure out the whole system and progress like really fast. So essentially, he made the first couple sets, talked to me about sending me prototypes. 2 days later, had a batch of prototypes to send me. Sent them out a couple days later. I received them recently. Since then, he's already worked up like another small batch of like 10 or 20 wheels or something. Um, so this is all the past few weeks, and he's gotten bearings now because our prototype batch does not have bearings. This is just for us to test them out. We're just going to pop bearings over and test them out and stuff, right? Take your bearings back out if you feel like it after, but future ones, he's got his bearings now in stock, so all his wheels are going to come with bearings. He is looking into the lathe and all that stuff already, like trying to figure out what tools he needs to like make the shape a little bit more consistent, you know. Um,
Right.
but honestly, they're really, really, really well made for as like fast as he's jumped into it all. You know what I mean? Like he's a
Yeah.
month in with like a year's talent already. Like I commend him like wholeheartedly. Like he's jumping into it like full strength. Like he wants to do this, and honestly, I'm very obsessed with them already on my setup. They have this nice feel where like the surface of the wheel, like the back of the wheel and the front side of the wheel are a little bit smoother, and the surface though, the rolling surface, like is almost like a little grittier in a weird way. Like not,
I know what you mean.
yeah, that it just feels like you broke it in and you like played with it on concrete just for like an hour, you know what I mean? Like one session or something, but in like a nice way. Like I like it. It feels instantly like it feels already broken in, but you know they're new, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
weird because it's like it has a not new feeling with it being new.
Yeah.
Um Interesting concept. I know, right? But so they actually feel really nice. Like the shape is really pretty on point for hand machine. You can see they're not perfect yet, but I mean, what is perfection really, right? I like a little bit of handmadeness to my products,
Yeah.
but I
They
mean,
definitely look fine. Like,
look at them. Yeah, they're pretty crisp in shape for all handmade so far.
yeah,
Um,
making wheels by hand is really difficult. I do this. I have like a few methods of reshaping wheels that are harder urethane when if they get messed up by like
Hi,
rough
Grant.
surfaces. And I use like files and sandpaper and stuff and like different techniques to get it to like stay flat and level. Some of the texture stuff you're describing is things that I've definitely experienced before with um, like obviously using rougher surfaces to file material off of wheels, but also like trying to get it smooth and just having like a slight bit of texture to it like is kind of pleasing. They don't have to be like perfectly smooth. As long as they roll smooth and don't have a flat spot, it is fine. Um, but I've definitely experienced like, yeah, doing it by hand is definitely difficult, and for by hand, those look great. And I'm sure like if he does go the lathe direction, the amount of perfection that he's putting in by hand, if he uses a lathe, it will be
Like
literally perfect.
right,
Like,
like 4 weeks in,
yeah,
and like he's pumping them out. It's not like he's making like two sets on the weekend and trying to
yeah,
see if he can figure it out. Like he's been in the fingerboard scene for a while, but he's just
mhm,
never been an Instagram guy. He just kind of lurks around on Facebook and YouTube stuff, and
yeah,
he owns tons of like big name brand stuff, so he knows all the quality of products and stuff.
yeah,
Like he's had his general roundabout, like all of us who have been a couple years into it now. Um,
mhm,
and like he's used his variety of products. He's used most of the name brand wheels that you can think of, more than I have. So he knows his stuff relatively well. He looked at it all enough to assess it. He has like ill pills and he loves them and stuff, and like he's had joys and like a bunch of other different wheels and stuff, right? But yeah, they're really quality. I just want to say, yo, Grant, thank you for joining us. We showed off. I'm trying to figure out like a sub reward thing for that. Like I started figuring that out a day or two ago, and like one of the things was I wanted to make sure that you had inclusion in stream. A little bit more precedented because you subbed. So if there's anything you want me to show on stream, just make sure to ask, and I will gladly show it. We watched your recent edit to start the stream after we rambled for a minute about where we live. But we watched your recent edit, and again, thank you for the sub. I'm trying to make sure I have a good system to reward you for that, and also just to catch you up to date. We were just talking about a homie of mine. He's brand new to Instagram, and he's also brand new to fingerboard creation. He's starting a wheel company. He's only started making wheels like 4 weeks ago, and I have wheels from him on my setup right now. He's a cool Scottish guy, and he's honestly gonna make a hit, I'm sure, because he's only been making wheels for a couple weeks. He already knows everything he has to do. The wheels he's already making by hand without any fancy tools are already like pretty darn quality. Like we are gonna be absolutely transparent about it. That the only flaw I see in having a set of these wheels, period, right now, is they do have a little bit of bearing slip. But 4 weeks in, this guy is so like give him a little time. He'll perfect that lock in of the bearing. Like just saying, I hope nobody hates on that because, dude, people were buying Joy Colts and other wheels and stuff for years, years that everybody knew would slip after, whether it was a week because you're heavy-handed or 2 or 3 months because you're light-handed about things. But basically, if you didn't know, all wheels in the fingerboard world had slip problems up until like 2 years ago, when the scene finally harassed all the creators enough to make sure that they knew that bearing slip was a problem and to perfect that. And so now we have all these wheels that, if you're new to the scene at all, you wouldn't even realize. If you're only like a year or two into the scene, you wouldn't realize that bearing slip was like a regular thing like 2-3 years ago, which isn't long ago. Was it not, Kier?
Yeah, I mean, I have joys that the bearings slip a lot. I actually
I used
just
I used to just
super
pull
glued
them
them.
out like every like 2 minutes. I'd like do a little boop
Yeah,
boop, and then I'd just go back to
re-glue
my thing. Like, you don't even think
them.
about it after a while. It's just ritual. But then,
Yeah,
yeah, if it bugs you enough, you just do what you said, right? You just give it a little dap of glue or whatever, and you can get the bearings staying perfect forever.
exactly.
But so that's the one slight, I wouldn't say flaw, but that's the one entry level creator thing that you will see in his product right now, is there's a little bearing slip. But he has such a great shape of his wheels that like my bearings are slipped and shoved over right now, and they're still like rolling because the backing, he said like he looked at a lot of the shapes of the other wheels and stuff, and he saw how like a lot of them. One of my things that I complimented him on was the backing, because I said how the thought back to like per se a Joy Colt set slipping on me back in the day, like it would break in the back wall of the wheel sometimes, and I
Mm,
didn't like that. Like, just like, I'm really OCD, and in general, like, I mean, it doesn't make the wheel look good, like, and it affects its performance. It like actually makes more problems with the wheel snagging and stuff, right? So I was like, yeah, I really compliment you, because the shape of these on the back side are very open as much as they can be without, that affecting anything advertly. But so like the hanger is like in the back of the wheel where they slid over and up against the back of the bushing, or up against the back of the bearing. But like, it actually is kind of cool. Like, my wheels right now kind of have that look where, how people like to ride like those really tiny fingerboard wheels that look like the bolt is like sticking way out of it.
yeah.
I've never really rocked that style, but my wheels like slid a little bit over the last day or two playing with it, and I've just kind of like started to leave it because it's not impeding the roll.
Hmm.
So I'm like, that's kind of funny. Like, even with the bearing slip, it's not impeding the roll at all. But
Yeah, I mean, he'll probably figure that out in future
yeah,
wheels.
he's really working on it already. Like I said to him, the only critique I could possibly give you at all, because like I can't even give any downside flaw to anything else. Like, if there's a slight little, like, you notice a slight little imperfection of the shape or something, like, even the best wheel companies still get like air bubbles in their wheels, like here and
Yeah. Oh
there, and
yeah.
like little things that are hardly noticeable. But like, yeah, if you stare at them deep, you're gonna notice it. But friggin', so he's like on par with everything. Just like, the only thing I can say is just a little bearing slip, which just is like, he just has to refine the shape of the inside, like, of that wheel a little bit better, that it hugs the bearing a little better. He's gonna be perfect, right? But he can tweak that very, like, he can perfect that every set, considering he's doing it very individually and not machined, you know what I mean? So he can like tweak what he's doing every set until it's perfect, you know what I mean? So like it might only take him, God knows, like it might only take him, he's made, like I said, another 10 or 20 since I've gotten these off him. God knows he might be halfway to the point of perfecting that already, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
by the time like it's another batch or two out, like he might have eliminated that problem. But I just want to grant, yes, I will watch DFFB's clips. We'll check that out in 1 second. And also, yes, new companies always deserve a little room for error. Like, it's not like you look at a fingerboard brand that has like 100 followers and is brand new on the scene making decks to have like the most flawless deck you've ever seen, looking like a company that's been around for 5 or 10 years and has like as flawless a hand creation as you can get them, right? So like
Yeah.
you have to respect there's an entry level, and but then, you know, you choose who to support and seeing who works hard to advance their abilities and provide good stuff for the community, right?
Yeah,
So
and that also is about pricing your product right. I feel like maybe I was listening to like the Fingerboard Brew or something, and they were talking about like smaller companies like getting into the scene and like having
overcharging.
products. Yeah, like having products with like some errors in them, and then like overcharging for them, where it's like we kind of know what like a subpar deck should be, and it shouldn't be $30.
Yeah, yeah,
The
just
product
charge
shouldn't even be
appropriately.
$20.
You
Yeah,
can
it
make a
should.
you can make shabby decks that aren't
Yeah,
perfect, and you can sell them all day if they're priced appropriately. And if you
yeah,
do that, though, people will buy them, and that will give you more money to keep building your art and your craft and doing better, hopefully, right?
exactly.
Grant, I've had a set of Aco wheels. Sorry, I just don't know how to say that. I have seen the brand before. Explode on me because the backing wheel to the bearing broke off. The backing wheel to the, oh yeah, 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 the backing breaks and then the wheel slid right off. Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't quite have that happen, but like mine probably would have ended up doing something like that eventually anyways, cuz yeah, I just like eventually stopped using the one set that was like shoving in the backing like that. um but yeah, I mean the qualities of these is solid. There's not a like backing that is like a soft thin backing like that. The way they're shaped has like a thicker and smaller rim to the backing so that your
mm,
hanger goes inside of it. And even if it were to shove right up against it and connect, like because it's inside of it, like it's like more of, it's like it would be like the angled wall pushing outwardly against it on a different angle. Like it's not like it's like the flat like just hitting and shoving the back wall in, you know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, I don't know, they feel really really quality. I really told them I would give them a ton of airtime on wherever, Instagram, this, that, and the other, to shout them out, not only for the next thing I'm about to say, but because of all these first things that I just said. I believe in true, genuine craft, and people are working hard at what they do. And he's really genuine. We had two different, like, 2 hour long video calls recently to talk about the products and this, that, and the other, and what he sees himself working on to get them better, and where he sees himself with it all, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, truly genuine person, truly dedicated to the idea of making a good product at a good price point for the community. Um, and it is official now, though, that we are going to get the first batch of his wheels on the shop in the very near future. He is
heck,
currently working on them as we speak. He basically started on a batch for us today, whatever pace he creates it at. It's gonna be soon though. They'll be, I'm sure, made up in the next like 2 weeks or something, and sent out to over here. So we are gonna get a batch of 20 to start. I believe his wheels are ready for market. Like I said, the only thing is a little bearing slip. So, but we're being transparent about that. I'm not trying to sell a product and bullshit people on what they're gonna get, and a little bearing slip, like I said, was literally the par of the entire community 2 years ago. So for somebody who's brand new and for the price point they're going to come at and everything like that for everybody, I think everybody should still check them out. Little dab of glue, pull your wheels out once in a while. Maybe this batch will, like I said, he's already created another 28 wheels since his first set, and all we've talked about in flaw correction wise is just hashing out that bearing slip. So for all we know, that's going to get better and better. He said the streets, actually, his street shapes, something about it, and something about another, something about his mixed colors. Uh, he said the streets, and I think he said these mint ones held the bearing like really really well, and he thinks it has something to do with certain different stuff. Like for these ones he thought it was something to do with the dyes that he mixed, it almost like might have slightly like expanded the material to like a minuscule degree that like they fit a little more snug inside or something. But he said like he tests all these wheels, he puts bearings in them, like the wheels that we have that don't have bearings. He did pop a test bearing in them all, rolled them all, whatever. And so like he had to physically put a bearing in and out of each of these wheels too to test them and stuff. So like he knows which ones are fitting snug or not fitting so snug, and he's trying to devise it. Like I said, wheel by wheel, he's like perfecting it. You know what I mean? So I think this batch is going to be well worth it. I think it's going to be a great product. I'm obsessed with the idea of affordable products in the world in general, in whatever market it is. And to hear that he wants to create a wheel for that like medium ground, you know what I mean? Because I believe there's like DK wheels and stuff. DK is starting to create their own plastic wheels. I don't know if you've seen that, Akir.
Yeah, I have a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so like they're creating their own wheels, and they sell their own plastic wheels, which are essentially almost the exact same thing as the CNC wheels you would buy for cheap on the internet, but they have a slightly better bearing, and then the wheels themselves are handcrafted. So by supporting them, although you do pay a lot more for the plastic wheels, you're supporting a creator in our circle creating them, and in time they can bulk up their facilities to be able to create more wheels, manufacture them larger scale. And I would rather have fingerboard wheels manufactured by fingerboard people than by China. And we have the same ability to do it that they have as well. It's just not everybody has all the money to go buy all the big machinery that they have and everything. But if you support a small creator at first who genuinely has the goal of meeting that eventually, which I'm sure is their long-term goal right now, that's a great thing. But their wheels are about, I heard they're about 15 US, which is about 21 Canadian. So 21 Canadian, you can get plastic CNC from us for 8 Canadian. You could get DKFB plastic wheels for like 21 Canadian, or for 30 Canadian you could get urethane. You know what I mean? Like that's a good price point bump considering usually it's like 40 to 50 for urethane for us, right? So I think that he's meeting a perfect price point. I think the wheels look good. Um, like I said, it's just gonna perfect a little bit of bearing hugging inside the wheels a little better, but it's getting better by the set. So I'm sure our batch is gonna be decent. And yeah, I'm excited to have them. We're gonna have a batch of these soon. I believe in 4 different colors. And yeah, we always do the fun, I don't know, announcements that we don't tell other people when we're in Discord and on Twitch and stuff, because only the cool cats come and hang out. But we're giving Kier a treat on stream because Kier usually knows all the insiders. But today it's a surprise for Kier as well. You don't get to know what they are, but we're gonna get you one special set, one unique set.
Hey.
There's gonna be 20 wheels coming to me, 4 different colorways. There's gonna be one special set for you on top of that though. Um, Before I leave their page, can I send you one of their posts in DM? Yes, I can, good sir. You're like VIP now. You can just ask me to do anything. Don't ask me to get naked on stream. I can't do that. Twitch will ban me. Um, yeah, I got you though, homie. I sent that to you. Yeah, I think he's gonna do awesome. He's a great guy. He's like I said, he's from Scotland. Just so people do know, if you're in the UK, Conrad, this is a message for you because you're a UK guy. If you're in the UK, it's gonna be free shipping in the UK for them as well. So, like, big bonus for the UK guys as well. You know what I mean? Yeah, just gonna be flat to, I believe he said it's 18 pounds flat for a set of them, and so worldwide or whatever else there will be a shipping added fee. But if you're from the UK, no shipping even. So 18 pounds flat, you can get one of these sets. So it's gonna be quality. It's gonna be quality. Watch. Let me see if I refresh and he has more followers. That'd be dope. One more. He's gonna get more. He's gonna keep going, man. There was one more follower though. But we'll go to DJ's page. Wait. Yeah, I was gonna say, am I looking at the right thing? Or wait, maybe I'm not. Yo, I swear this is what you told me to look at, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm gonna look at the thing. DF, FB. Okay, it is another person's page. This is what I'm going to.
DF underscore FB or something.
Yeah, DF underscore FB's clips. Alright. What is this? Why does it look like a wood burner on somebody's hand?
Oh, jeez.
The little thumbnail, it looks like they're wood burning somebody's hand.
It's a manicure.
Alright. Art. This is a good way to start. This is definitely the page because I can see liked by finger grunt. Those are some really crisp setups. Just that, yeah, like, that natural. Yeah, the natural wood grain to that is really nice. Like it almost doesn't even look like it's like lacquered or anything. You know what I mean?
It's like furniture.
Yeah.
I love that.
Very nice.
What that is.
I like. Alright. Got my ass kicked by copyright last week. I forgot to tell you, here. Yeah, last week. Do you remember me saying, I specifically said, oh yeah, I don't think these guys I'll get copyrighted for this when we're on YouTube and we're watching the weird music. And Blake sent me one. I can't remember what it was. Blake sent me one, but it was also, what did we watch after? The one that you remembered for me. That weird group, the two, it's the blonde people that do the weird emo music. I'm blanking. I can't pull them up again. I can pull it up, but I can't play it. But yo, yeah, I got shat on hard by YouTube. Putting it onto YouTube. They were like, no, I actually have never had this happen. That it actually said that people cannot view it, and I was like, yeah, no, but that happens on Instagram and stuff. But on YouTube, like I've only ever gotten the copyrights that say like it's music or something from somebody's thing, right? And you can't and you can't monetize it. It says like the ads that play on it will go to them, but it's straight up, and I have no clue why, because it was like no real visual or anything, like, but it straight up said that like it was like this thing is like demonetized and cannot be viewed by any viewers. And I was like, what? So I was like, oh man, 10 hours of cutting out the sound from that video later because like I let the YouTube thing do it. And bro, it just took forever. It was like 3 songs, and it just took hours and hours. And I was like, "Oh my god, you guys are killing me." But yeah, I got killed by this copyright last week, and it was right after I said, "Oh yeah, I won't get copyrighted. Listen to these guys. They're just some weird YouTube emo people."
Yeah, now we know.
Yeah, now you know you're getting destroyed. Oh, that was clean. You that like, Like, it's trippy how he had to, like, you can see he, like, dragged that over in a weird way at the last second.
Yeah, coming at switch backside tricks, especially fakie, is really difficult. Um, especially
That's
front
wild.
side. But that's also like fakie trace switch susky.
Those are the type of tricks that get me thinking outside my average box, though.
That obstacle.
That little curb bench looks nice. It looks like he just poured a concrete slab curve thing and then, like, it's propped under something, under by whatever piece of wood or something. This man's got some flicks. Yo, I've been trying for the life of me to figure out, like, my nollie flicks better lately, because, like, I can only do, like, very average nollie tricks, like, at nollie and switch stuff. I can, like, pop nollie and switch kick flips, and, like, those are, like, you know, like, every other try I got them. Like, trays take me a couple tries, and then I usually get one. um, but, like, and, you know, I can do, like, my switch and nollie kick flips, like, front side, back side, whatever. But I've been trying to, like, get that, like, steezy low nollie flip game like that, like this guy has, because, like, this shit, like, I don't get how they get that so fast and low and everything. And also, that's nollie heel. I can't heel very well. I can heel regular. It takes me a couple tries, but my heels are ugly. My heels are, like, big, like like 8-inch off the table, like, big ugly childish pop ones, like, and I mean, like, to each their own, everything's different, but, like, I mean, I can't even make it look, like, big and clean. Like,
Yeah.
it's, like, big and sloppy.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about the fact that it's not popped, like, low and fast. It's just, it's sloppy in general. So I'm trying to figure out that faster flick like that. I've been watching a lot of videos trying to figure it out. It's just like my fingers just don't want to function that motion that fast in that direction for some reason. Because it's literally like I'm doing what they're doing, but like, I can't get the right roundabout motion with my hand or something that's just not doing it quite right. Like, I actually got 2 nollie heels yesterday, but over, like, an hour and a half of playing with it on my desk while I was working on some stuff. So I'm like, that's a lot of time to for 2 nollie heels. And they were both janky as hell. But I mean, you know, practice makes perfect. You're not gonna get it until you get it, and everybody has their own stuff. But I
I
mean,
think it's the flexibility of the middle finger, honestly. Like, I have that issue too, and it's just because
right?
my index finger goes way faster than my middle finger does, so
I
I couldn't switch hard flip for a while, and then I finally kind of got it, but it was that problem.
right, like, I feel like I feel like there's nothing wrong with my front finger placement. Like, you just gotta jam it in that front corner, kind of like in the pocket. Like, I know what putting your foot in real life or your finger in the fingerboard in the pocket spot is. It's just I cannot get that something like, yeah, you're right, it's that back or middle finger or whatever, like, it's always catching on it or doing something, or it just doesn't flip it right, and then you just look like you're just flopping or something. I
Yeah.
can't figure it out. But see, there's like a
Yeah.
half a nollie heel. I'll get it eventually. This mat doesn't help though. Actually, I fingerboard on this mat all the time, and it's like, it's weird. It feels different, and it's like good for some things, and it's kind of nice because it's quiet and not annoying.
Is
But
it grippy?
yeah, it like
Yeah.
grips in a way that it like makes it hard to do a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I have one like that too. I have like an IKEA one.
Yeah.
And I like it for some things, but right, like for some stuff, it's like I need a surface where I can actually slide stuff.
My middle finger is way longer than my index, Grant. Bro, I know, like, I feel like this thing is just in the way, man.
You gotta do some modification on it.
Yo. Is that the next big game in fingerboard world? Like fingerboard surgeons? Yeah, we like modify people's middle fingers so that they have even fingers, so that their fingerboarding experience is as full as it can get. People surgically enhance their noses and stuff to look more beautiful. Well, we just want our art to be more aesthetic.
It would be so hard to like, cause your joints would be in the wrong spot still.
Like, could you imagine somehow though how amazing that would be though if you just had like two like perfectly same length fingers there? It would actually, I feel like, would be so nice.
Yeah, it would be.
Don't go chopping your fingers off for fingerboarding, children.
Yeah, not a recommendation.
No.
I wonder how much easier it would be.
If you're like a grown adult man, then I feel like almost every grown adult man has some grown adult man friend who lopped off the tip of their finger in a workshop, either in their childhood or in the workplace. But they don't fingerboard any better. So, like Kier said, it matters about where the joints and things are too.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah,
but
you'd have to get extreme finger lengthening
yo,
procedures to have that happen.
jokes aside though, like I'm sure he knows how to take jokes though. But on a serious note, Memphis LAB, bro, or LAFB or whatever, like
Oh yeah.
Memphis, it's nuts, bro. I don't know how he, like, literally, like it's a like people probably have feel awkward talking about it or something sometimes when they're not just like in the comments and just being like sick, bro. But it's like,
Right.
I actually don't know how he manages to do half this shit. Like, you gotta imagine it would take forever, or like to like he looks like he like very clearly is actually getting what he wants, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
he's
like that heel flip. What the fuck?
right, like he's not just like slapping it like a child or something because he still wants to have fun with it. Like, he actually has like configured tricks with this, and I'm like, that is crazy talent, bro. Like, I wish I could say that I'm that talented, but if I were in his predicament, I probably would be like the lazy sad handicap guy, because I don't know how I would do this, man.
Yeah, it definitely takes like motivation. Like,
This
I
world
feel
is
like
50-50, and 50% of the people in his scenario would just live a very average life,
yeah, I know I
and
would, for sure.
and
If I was
50% of the
fingerboarding.
people would be able to do something interesting. But like, I commend the other 50% of the people, because like, I don't know if I would be able to. Like, right? You're like,
Yeah.
the catch on that though.
Yeah, every time I see his clips, I'm like, this is so good. I feel like
Chat
if
with
you
you later,
try to
Conrad.
fingerboard, if you try to like fingerboard with your hand, it's like not quite the same, obviously, because your hand has like fingers past the palm. But if you've ever tried that, and it's actually probably easier because you have like a wrist attached to the palm of your hand.
You shut up, Grant.
Um,
Grant in the chat, his knuckles are aligned perfectly for nollie heel flips. You can do it better than I can. Isn't
yeah,
that sad?
so
This dude,
I fe-
this dude would outstrength me here. We'd play skate and he'd stomp me. Should I one day? I'm gonna hype him like forever until like one day I get a game of skate with him, so I can prove that no matter how hard I try, I bet you this kid would stomp me.
I mean,
This ain't no little. I ain't gonna be nice to him because he's
right.
shorter limbs or nothing, guys. This guy would stomp me still.
He's really good. It's wild.
Right?
Yeah,
I love
I
his
don't even
skate.
know how to like
I love his skate
simulate
clips
the-
too.
Yeah, true. I
There's
saw
got
the
one
other
where he
day.
like rode into the car or whatever. I'm like, it's so funny because it's not even about like that. It's harder for him to control it and get out of the way, but it's like, bro, skate the streets enough, you probably hit somebody's car.
Oh,
I've hit a car like 2 or 3 times in my lifetime.
definitely.
I'm like, he knows how to control that thing reasonably well. Like, it's not like you rode into it with impending doom. Like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to turn away from that thing. It was just the mishap ride out of it all. I like to watch this stuff and remember that like this guy doesn't need sympathy. You know what I mean? I guarantee you,
Yeah.
if you met him, he would never want your sympathy for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to try to make it known that there's a difference, but like that there's not a difference in the like stuff he can achieve. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's a
Right.
physical difference going on very clearly, but hey, like there's a physical difference in like everybody. You're taller than me, you're shorter than me, like
Yeah.
friggin' you're black, I'm white, whatever. You know what I mean? We all can do the same shit though, and I love it.
Yeah. It's like I feel like it's important to like
I'm
or like. Hmm?
oh, I was just gonna say I'm really empowered by it.
Yeah, I think it's like good to like try to understand what I mean, I guess that's like with any disability or with anything where you experience a way of living easier than somebody else. Like it's always like nice to kind of like try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Or like in that instance, I'm like, what if I tried fingerboarding with like the back of my fist? Like I feel like that might be equivalent to like what that's like to fingerboard with half an arm. Like
Right? Like tape your friggin' hand up or something into a ball and then try to figure that out. Like
yeah, and then you get like more respect for like what's actually happening. I guess it's like it's more than just like, oh, like this trick is being done on like on paper, you know. So I don't know. It just makes it. I feel like when you have like perspective like that, you can try to see the big picture of like somebody's situation, or like it really goes with everything, but obviously it's more of an extreme where somebody has a disability similar to this and they're like achieving really awesome things. Like I don't know.
and it's
Makes
hard.
it down.
I think a lot of the time people like it's Instagram and like it's the internet and like
Right.
people are like, oh, that's cool and like good for him, and then just slide
Mhm.
on by though. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I really try to
Yeah.
place myself in the thought of like you said, like like you. I don't know. You really see what's going on there more in depthly, and you're like, damn, that's to be appreciated, bro. Like you said, like
Yeah.
everybody watches this, but who even takes 2 more minutes worth of thought to think further into it to go like, okay, what would the equivalent of that be? Okay, so the equivalent of his fingerboarding, like you said, is to like use your knuckles or something, and then like I said, to like if you were to like tape your fist up or
Oh,
something, that would
that's
be like
hell.
the equivalent or something. But people don't even think that deep, and then you think about it and
Yeah.
you sit there and you stare at your hand for a second. You're like, okay, if I just duct tape my hand up right now, that's like the equivalent of that. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
I would
Like
never
doing
even accomplish an ollie on this for like the first month.
yeah, doing tricks on like obstacles and stuff is so sick.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Like it just makes you like appreciate it and want to like nerd out on it more. Like
yeah, like
whereas like I feel like we're kind of like trained to kind of just be like, oh, awesome, like a disabled person doing a, a thing that other people are doing, and then it's like,
like
yeah,
bro,
like you said, it's like,
he
oh,
could start
sick, and
a
then you like
he could
walk by.
start a like one of those like just one of those cool internet things that's just like some sort of little awareness thing or something. And he could be like the like tape your fist fingerboard challenge. You know what I mean? Like try to fingerboard like me. This is like the closest equivalent you could get or something. Try to see how challenging it is or
Right.
something. You know what I mean? And you'd have a bunch of videos of like literally nobody. I guarantee you, almost nobody would be able to accomplish his level of fingerboarding in like first time trying to like tape their shit up and spending 2 days trying to get a clip to further fist challenge or whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like
So he's perfected it. Like
I'm
it's
like, think about it like that, right? You're like, damn, dude. I bet you would literally just have like 10,000 fingerboard videos of people making it a joke out of themselves, right? But like, yo, his clips ain't no joke.
yeah. It's just super rad. Like I don't know. Like
Funny we were talking about those wheels.
yeah, Ico. Um, it's fun to see like all types of people doing stuff in like whatever hobby you're in. Like I don't know, diversity is good, and that's what the internet's really fun
I'm gonna have to
for.
remember his name for next stream or something, but
It gets stuck in this dude's name gets stuck in my head sometimes 'cause it's like so specific, like Memphis laugh.
Okay, no disrespect or anything, but fingerboarding with your forehead. Why did this pop into my brain?
It's like an
Like, what do you
instant
mean,
hit.
Grant? you
Like,
just want to see somebody do it. You just want to see somebody like, fucking, just
like
like
table smacking.
forehead, yeah, forehead smack tray flip.
Oh my god, my head hurts thinking
But
about it.
Vince, I got this new trick today, guys. Whack! That'd be the best thing ever.
It would be good. I would recommend it,
That would
but
go viral. Somebody please
yeah,
do that.
I would
Yeah,
not watch
just got
it.
like just got like 4 different angles so that like you can see it around like your head like taking over the whole camera basically.
Oh my
Just a big whack.
god.
I got the forehead nollie heel flip today, guys.
Landing it would be so hard.
Uh,
Wanna
I
try
miss
it out?
I don't know why, but that made me think of like I miss the age of like just like all the fingerboarding jokes slowly like emerging in the community. Like we don't really have a lot of like new fingerboard jokes that are like I'm talking like those corny dad joke fingerboard jokes like the shredded cheese type of thing, but where people would be like nose grind and they'd like do a picture of themselves holding their fingerboard on their nose or something stupid. All those stupid corny fingerboard jokes. I miss like the time of those coming out. We've already like made most of them.
Yeah, yeah. If anybody has good FB meme pages, I know about like that main one, but
uh
there's always some funny ones.
do you check out Trollalock or whatever it's called?
No.
Bro,
Is it
this page is the best, bro. They're better than FB meme. I don't know how they're so small still. They've been around for a while though. They do get a lot of like a lot of likes and views and random stuff. They're the best. Let's
I
watch
gotta
some FB memes for a second.
How do you spell that? Why am I so?
It's so weird. I put TROL and it comes up.
Okay.
Trollock. What my mom thinks I'm doing, what my friends think I'm doing, what society thinks I'm doing, what I'm actually doing. Walking down the stairs
True.
with the fingerboard.
That's fair enough.
Them, you can use 34mm trucks on 33mm boards. Kier doesn't care.
So
Kier
good.
just makes creations. One little
I
Timmy puts a list of his favorite fingerboarders in his story and you're not tagged. Kier's butthurt, guys.
I like did that and then missed one of my favorite warriors one time, and then like I feel like I embarrassed him by being like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot." I think it was phalanges that I forgot. Yo, the one with like the sweet tart wheels. Whatever.
Right? That made me think of you.
Yeah, I got those.
I love
Those
the.
joy XL.
Finally, toe board.
Yeah, this page is sick.
It's so good, right?
Or the
Like
cowboy hat.
this guy, when the new company says they sold you a 34, why the fuck you lie? Let me come shred or draw 25. Mike Schneider says draw 25. Yeah, I don't know why these guys kill me. I don't know how their page isn't bigger.
Yeah.
It should be as big as fingerboard meme. But yeah, you like that sweet tarts thing, eh?
Yeah.
It was actually tone tuning that did it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you just posted it one day as a
So
joke.
strange.
Yeah, you just did it as a joke the one day. I think he posted like he did that and then like did a kickflip on it or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the clips of that. Wheel bite scenario.
When you're a real fingerboard, I love the music. the teeth at the end. It's so good.
Freaking Bob Burnquist. I didn't didn't even know cowboy had hats like that. It's kind of sick.
All right. Uh, I love how they use the cowfly hat for all the memes though.
Yeah,
Like
it's pretty solid.
me skipping work to watch edit the homies edits. Oh my God. You got me effed up if you think the woobs get put away during sex.
With the
uh,
Woob skateboard too. That's dedication.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. They're
I
good.
almost why I've never understood Woobs have been like really popular. Same with Beast Pants for like I feel like I took like a break from FB land for a while and like even before that like years and years ago they were popular.
Hmm.
Like it's really interesting to me. They're like this weird cult item and I don't really like I've never had
Sorry, you
either
said
one of them
woob,
and
and what was the other thing you said?
Woob and Beast Pants, like
Beast
everybody's
pants.
always like coveting them, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's a
See,
hot.
I, you know what's funny? I'm gonna ask. I mean, I follow Beast Pants. I should, but
I
I'm
don't think
pretty
I
sure.
follow either.
Yeah, I follow Beast Pants. But I don't know how much they drop stuff, but they drop like a reasonable amount of stuff, right?
Yeah.
But um, I think like the thing with Beast Pants is like Beast Pants is like kind of like I do respect their hype. Like I find it
Yeah, they look good.
like I've played with one, never owned one, but I find them to be like the World Industries of fingerboarding. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Which I mean, World Industries has lots of tech decks, all that, but like the World Industries of like our custom fingerboard thing. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, I do.
they make like not something that is this worldly under some way you can't understand better than everybody else's stuff, but they make what is definitely top of the scene quality product,
Mm-hmm.
and they're fun with their graphics and stuff, and I like that they created like iconic enough character with like their
Yeah, that's
smoking
true.
cat, and the shark does get reused a lot and stuff too, but like the smoking cat, like I find to be like their version of like Wet Willie and
Yeah, Flame
Flame
Boy.
Boy, right? And
Yeah.
I respect the like aura around like the Beast Pants thing. Now Woob, there's two things on Woob. Well, I don't know. I have a conflicting perspective. I think it's great that his brand is so big and etc. And I do, to a degree, understand the hype about them and the overpaying to a degree to get them to a degree,
Mm.
because he doesn't put out decks 24/7. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
So
limited.
he makes very quality, like again, like Beast Pants, like top of the scene quality stuff, and but yeah, he's very limited. And so like I respect that he built himself like that, like limited appeal, right? Like anytime he drops something, it is going to be gone in 30 minutes because you have to wait forever and ever and ever long for something to drop in general.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's extremely hard to get your hands on it, right? It's like a fancy painter that makes $1 million paintings, like,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. So I find that good to a degree, but also like I don't know, the reselling of it has gone like stupidly excessive, and
Yeah.
I don't follow him avidly enough to know what his current opinions are, but it conflicts in me that he has conflicting opinions of his own thoughts on the reselling, because I saw stuff before of him posting somewhere a long time ago saying in comments or something on stuff, oh, blah, 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 like, I don't really believe in, like, it's like I get it, but I don't. Because he's like, I don't really believe in like the high prices of the reselling, and like so like he does agree with the rest of us and all, but he's like, whatever, to each their own. Do what you want, and he's
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it's out of his hands.
I'm not really gonna raise my prices and sell $300 decks, which is like that's where I keep my foundational respect for him because he could go and sell those decks for $300
Right.
and they would sell. The disgusting thing is they would sell. But
Yeah.
see, like I just said, that would be disgusting. But he doesn't
Yeah,
do
that'd be
that.
weird.
But he doesn't do that. And like I don't know, it's just like an artist who says to himself, I'm gonna paint $100 paintings for the rest of my life because even if they're worth $1 million, I want to everybody to be able to have my art and not even a reprint. I want to just
Yeah.
paint all day and put $100 paintings all day, and then they're super famous one day, but like they can live off the excess fact of revenue in many other ways and still not break their morals and their foundation of saying they're not going to change prices and etc. Right? Because now they could charge for $1 million for a painting because they're famous, but they still just make $100 paintings all day or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
it's
it's like,
background
but there's still a time concept, right? If you were a famous painter, well, millions of people would want your art, and you can't fulfill millions of people's needs. So after people buy those $100 paintings, they're gonna end up getting resold for $5,000 on the internet, right?
stuff.
So it's like you can't stop that process.
Yeah. No, it's already happened.
Um, but it makes it extremely hard for anybody to be able to enjoy one for what it is because at the foundation of it all, it is a fingerboard that is meant to be played with and enjoyed and whatever. And like people shouldn't be stingy about not wanting to let somebody touch their fingerboard and play with it because you decided to pay $300 for it and you pull it out to play with for yourself or something, but maybe you don't want anybody else touching it because like I bet you there's people like that and stuff. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like I know people like that. I'm saying I'm sure there are people who are like that. You know what I mean? They're like, nah, you
Yeah.
can't use this one. Sorry. Like I paid a lot of money for it. It's like it's
Yeah.
still a fingerboard. I want to try it, bro. I want to know what it feels like.
There's
Like
any like
I've
hobby
been
thing.
excluded from feeling what a woob feels like in my life because nobody is willing to. I don't know, buy it, share the appreciation of it.
Yeah, I'm sure it feels normal. I don't know. They look fine.
I
I
would
like
love to
how they're
buy
like,
one, but I'll never not
yeah,
pay a drop price for it, and I don't pay
no,
attention avidly enough to get the drop price.
yeah. I like how they look like they're like vinyl stenciled or whatever. Like I always enjoy that because it wears nice. Like
Yeah, we'll go to the web page just for one
whatever
sec.
paint he's using.
Yo, what is?
I don't even. It might be like a weird name. I
Did
forget.
you like change the name of this stuff?
I feel like it might be so exclusive that it's not just wood.
Yeah, I'm like, it used to be just woo, my word.
Oh really? Damn.
Yeah.
Look at you getting comments. You got 420 comments, dude.
Yo,
What?
that was dope. That was dope.
Magic moment, man.
Did you get the wordplay there too? That was dope.
Dope.
Dope. We're having a fun
Yeah.
stream today. I feel like it was a good organic stream today. Yeah, no, I don't even know what to go to because like Woob fan page, like where's the actual? Oh, ZM. That's why. Never mind.
Ah,
I
yeah, that's
forgot
right.
about that.
Yeah,
It's
maybe.
probably like his initials or something. I assume. Isn't his name
Yeah,
Zach?
I forget. I feel like I might follow this page. I remember.
I swear his name is Zach. I could be wrong, but I feel like
Yeah, they
that's
look good.
his initials. Is there some recent ones or something? A little different from his usual ones. Oh no, my selfie cam fell. I got a notification and it made my phone fly.
Bzz.
Yeah, that looks a little different from usual. But yeah, this is what you're normally looking at, right? You like that?
Yeah, exactly that. The classic graphic. And you know, I always respect like, like you're saying with like the Beast Pants, like Cat or whatever. I always respect like really specific branding. I mean, that logo is like
Yo, that's nice.
it's classic because you can like look at it and it just turns to shapes, you know, and it's like little squares in the middle and all that, and negative space. So I mean, it's just like with any like field of interest where you have like small companies happening. Uh, I always appreciate when there's like good design involved or like stuff that's different or stuff that's not completely all just like spoofs of things from outside of the scene. Like
Hmm.
when the scene comes up with its own stuff, like that's I always prefer that. And I like spoofs too. Like I actively like make like I enjoy making spoofs of things. So I'm not above spoofs or something, but I do definitely uh I got respect for like brands and small companies that try to do their own thing and come up with something that's like timeless. Like that's you know, every company, no matter how small it is, kind of usually wants to do that.
Oh, we'd be friends.
Yeah, you got the One Piece.
Yeah, we'd
That
be
hip is
friends.
sick. I want a hip like
Yeah, it's
that.
a fat
I gotta build
piece.
one someday. Yeah, it's probably really long. That's the only downside. But maybe if the top was shorter. I don't know. Yo, it's 5:20.
Yeah. We're gonna end this stream here in a second, guys. Um, man, Grant, you're still here with us. Thanks for hanging out, my G. You're the number
Cool.
one VIP.
You got
But
420 again.
just re-showing the same thing, I think.
I'm proud.
uh, but yeah, I just want to say thank you again, Grant, for subbing to us last stream. I'm gonna make sure there's some good sub reward for you. You are new to Twitch and stuff, so just letting you know from whenever you subbed that's like a 1 month subscription, just in case Twitch didn't inform you beautifully. It's a 1 month subscription thing you'd gotten, but yeah, I'm gonna give you some reward for that. Don't worry, and next stream, next week, I will make sure I contact you a little ahead. And if there's anything you would like me to start the stream with for your sub priority, you can feel free to let me know and we'll make that happen for you. Oh, my camera angle sucks right now. But yeah, thank you for coming through, guys. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks
I
for having me.
will say again one last time, go and check out Dogu_wheels. This is my homie. His name's Douglas. He's really nice, a Scottish guy, and he's gonna make some awesome quality wheels for the scene. So better jump on the bandwagon before you're just one of the hype followers way down the road. You want to be one of the originators. You know what I mean? One of the guys who was like, yeah, I was there when they were underground. That's always the cool thing to be able to say when you were there from the start. Like, imagine if you could be like, well, not if you could be like, but like if you're one of those people who can be like, I was around since the beginning of like Flat Face or something interesting, you know what I mean? And that's really cool. I don't know. I think it
Yeah, it's a
is.
little it's a like in Cub Scouts when you get like a badge or whatever, it's like a little badge on your lapel that only you know and you can share at appropriate times.
Yeah. And years down the road, you will be one of the historians of
Little
fingerboard
gem.
things.
Exactly.
But yeah, thank you very much, guys. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for coming to hang out for the stream.
Thank you.
Me and Kier both appreciate it largely. We will put this
Yeah.
over onto the YouTube after all our streams work their way onto there, so you can watch them at a later date if you feel you need something to binge and listen to or watch. Yeah, check out the site this weekend. I'm actually going to take the site down tonight for about 24 hours, and I'm going to revamp some things on the website. It needs a little bit of maintenance and cleaning up. And tomorrow evening, I'm going to drop a batch of those sidewalk slabs. I'm going to put the concrete cinder blocks back on the site. Uh, yeah, we're going to add a couple of things. We're going to have the last stock of HUGGY FB Pro models as they currently exist.
Word.
Couple of cool things. So feel free to check that all out, guys. I love y'all. Enjoy your morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you. enjoy it, and we will chat soon. Peace for now, guys.
Later.